In this video, we're going to be going over how to boost a post on Facebook. So let's jump on the screen and I'll show you right now. So the first step is to go over to your Facebook page where the content is posted. And once you're on that page, click into your actual page and it should look like this. Make sure you switch into the actual admin as the page and not as your personal profile. And then from there, you're able to scroll down until you see your post down here. And you should see a button that says Boost Post next to your actual content. And if I click Boost Post right here, I'll be brought to a new page and it will give me a couple different options. I can use the actual text that's in the post already over here, or it gives me the option to add in any extra text I want. It gives me a couple AI generation options as well. And we'll just uncheck these because we're not going to be using any of these, and we'll just use our existing text for this example. Then from there, it lets us choose if we want to use the Advantage plus Creative. And what this does is it changes up your ad creative a little bit to different variations based on what it thinks people will react to better based on the person. It's up to you if you want to have this on. A lot of times I turn this off. Special ad category, if you're doing anything that is for employment, housing, social issues, politics, etc., you have to toggle this on. Most of you will not need this. Then from there, we get to choose our audience. So again, they have an Advantage plus audience. So it lets them choose who it thinks the best audience is for your content. If you're doing something where it's not local, then I would use this. This is fine for initially starting out, just boosting a post. If you know highly who your audience is, then I would come in here and change these audience details. You can select what gender, you can select an age range. So if I wanted to show this to people 30 and up, I could change that here. I can also change location. So if I'm a local business and I'm in Houston, I can type in Houston, Texas, United States, and it will give me a little radius here. And I can even change how big or how small that radius is. And I can move and drop a pin as well. If I said, I don't want the center, I want it more here, I'm able to add in multiple circles, or I can just change the radius, remove that pin as well. So you're able to highly target your location here that you want. And right here we have two, and if we want to come back and delete one of those, like that pin I dropped, I can come up to locations and just hit X up here and just leave it at that Houston one if we want. They then give you another option. Do you want to show your ad to people who might be outside of this range? If it's more likely that they're interested, up to you if you want to have this on. Usually we'll turn this off if it's very highly targeted. And then from here, you can go into detailed targeting. So we can type in any interests, or we can browse interests over here based off of demographics, their actual interests. So what they're interested in. Maybe for this one, we're in sports and outdoors. We want to push this an ad for, and maybe sports, and maybe we're doing baseball. This can be a baseball post. And then if I want to add in any of the demographics, maybe I know these are people that are parents, or maybe they have a certain job in a certain industry, certain financial levels or incomes. You can go through and play with all of this different detailed ad targeting if you want to. But from here, when you're done, we're just going to back out. Any of our interests here, we can keep in here, or we can sort and add even more than one. But when we're done, we can just click Save Audience here. And we can see that all updates on our audience details over here. And then from there, you can also choose if you want to show this to people you chose through targeting, people who follow your profile. A lot of times this can be beneficial as well, or people who follow your profile and similar to them. A lot of times this will perform best. So having something like this can be a secondary option as well. If you know people, you have a decent size audience. If you have a small audience, I don't recommend having this on, because then you're going to kind of niche yourself down. And then the final steps, go back to our audience up here we created. Final steps is you choose how long you want this to actually run and the end date for the actual ad to stop. We can choose our budget per day. Minimum is $1 a day. Normally you don't want to go under $5 a day. You're really not going to reach many people. And you can see how many you're estimated to reach over that amount of time. So we should reach about 59 to 171 based off of our spend here. And again, placements, it lets them maximize where they're actually showing this, whether it's on Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, etc. Again, up to you if you want to have this on. If you're trying to just do it on Facebook, then I would turn this off and unselect Instagram and Messenger, and then just have it only on Facebook. Again, it's worth testing, completely up to you, but I would leave it on this. You'll notice the views went up a little bit from that. Sometimes their audience networks are more expensive, so you don't get as much reach. And it will be a little different with Instagram and Facebook for the actual cost per view. Then if you're getting more advanced and you have a pixel, you can turn that on here. We're just going to turn that off. And then from there, we would add a payment method. Once we add that payment method, we would click publish, and our boosted post will start and become active. And you can always go back in to your posts and see how this is performing inside of Facebook. So that is how you can schedule and create a boosted post on Facebook.